Hello ladies and lords and welcome travelers, it's me, Miriam Yvette. If you got this email from MailerLite about Google and Yahoo wanting some requirements for the authentication jazz because we're using basically free domains such as Gmail, Outlook, and Hotmail, then this is the video for you if you want to authenticate your newsletter or mail sending provider. I also want to mention that if you are using WordPress, definitely stick around. I'm not sure how you can go about this on Wix or other websites. I'm pretty sure it might be a little easier or whatnot. First step is going to, it says purchase a business domain. I guess I was kind of testing a website that's not under a purchase plan. It's basically free. I was able to test part one, or step one. I was able to test that with that particular website and I had no trouble, but I didn't verify if it works for step two. But just know that if you want to at least verify your domain, go ahead and stick around. Before we continue, I'm going to be blurring out most of the information I'm going to be typing because this is just for my own safety. Let's start. This is just like a dummy website. A lot of this information I'm going to be adding on this particular account is just going to be erased. But because I confirmed and authenticated my official newsletter website account, I can't do like these changes anymore, and nor do I want to kind of risk it because I don't want some issues to happen. So in order to get to the location you need to go for MailerLite, we go to account settings and we're going to ignore all of this. We're just going to go over here to domains. And here we are. This is basically where we need to go. We're going to have two options. These are the most important ones. This is optional. The domain alignment is optional. You can't do the domain alignment until you have authentication verified. Probably this one too. So the first step we're going to do is the email verification, and then we're going to authenticate it. So if you have WordPress, open up two tabs of your WordPress because we're going to be doing two different things and it's just going to be easier for us. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to change the sending. So basically what MailerLite is saying is stop using your Gmail, stop using your Outlook, your Hotmail as the default email address when you send out these newsletters because it's being flagged down as spam or it's being hidden. And I totally get it because sometimes when I send a newsletter, I'll get a lot of traction, but over the time, I know people don't always check their emails, but I know it's possible that they also don't see it because it's suddenly went to their spam folder or whatnot. So we're going to go over here to mailboxes. And here I have some emails that I forward back to my general email. So basically what we're doing here is that I have my own at MiriamYvette.com email. The only difference is I have it where it's being forwarded to a public email, so my Gmail. And what this happens is that I'm able to get fast notifications that I got contacted from my website versus having to go periodically to my website and see if somebody emailed me. That has happened to me in the past where like a reader will contact me and I don't check it for like months and I'm like so embarrassed and have to like reply months after. So that's why I forward it. So this is what you want to do. Over here it says add new email forwards. Go ahead and click on that. And it's going to give you the option to first create a unique email that is at your website domain. And then what we're going to do is we're going to forward it to a preferred email address. If you get this page because you've never used like an email forwarding system or whatnot, and it's basically asking you to pay, don't get this confused. Don't get the professional email confused with the email forwarding. So what you do is you go all the way down over here and then it says looking for a free email solution, start with email forwarding. This is what we're going to do. This is my dummy email, and we're going to put, I'm going to type testing mail at dummy, the little dummy website, and I'm going to add a legit website, just a legit email. Okay, so I have my testing email at blah blah, and it's being forwarded to blah blah at gmail.com. All right, so this is basically all we need to do. We're going to go back here. We're going to, it says resend authentication, and then what we're going to do is we're going to copy the testing mail. Once we copy the testing mail, we're going to paste it here. You hit save. And then what's going to happen is that it's going to send an email, but that email is going to go straight to the email that it's being forwarded to. So it's going to go to this one. You're going to get something like that says, "Hi there, please verify your new sender address by clicking on the button below. Once verified, you can start sending emails from this address." So go ahead and verify your email address. After you verify, you should have the option to get this in green. So follow those steps and you should be good. Next step is going to be the authentication. Okay, so the authentication is just basically says that it's to authenticate your domain to improve deliverability. So we're going to go here and it's going to say to authenticate. So we click on authenticate and we're going to have 2 steps. Before I give you guys the layout for this, let's go and work on that second tab, or you can close your emailing tab or whatnot. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Miriam, where do I find this domain stuff? WordPress just loves to add a bunch of buttons. So what we're going to do is the upgrades. Don't even click on upgrades. Hover your mouse over to upgrades, and then there's plans, add-ons, domains, emails, and purchases. We're going to select domains. Once you click on domains, find your primary domain. So mine obviously is Miriam Yvette at MiriamYvette.com. What the heck? Status is active. It just shows my plan. Click on the 3 dots. And it's going to say view settings, manage DNS, and manage contact information. We're going to manage DNS. This is exactly where we need to be. Let's go back to MailerLite. We're not going to be looking for these bold text, so the DKIM domain keys and the SPF sender ID. The one thing we're going to be focused on is the CNAME record. The CNAME stands for canonical name, and then there's the text record. So let's focus on the canonical name or CNAME first. All right, so we're going to select add a record. And we're going to have a bunch of this weird stuff. And basically it says that the custom DNS record allows you to connect your domains to third-party services that are not hosted on WordPress. So again, remember I said CNAME records. Type, we're going to click on CNAME. And then it's going to say to enter the name, alias of. Ignore this. This is not important. This is going to be easy peasy mac and cheesy. You just copy this. You paste it here. Copy the value. So the value is basically the alias of, and that's pretty much it. This is always going to be the value, and that's just the name. You're going to add the DNS record, and it's going to say DNS record has been added. And that's pretty much it. You're done with the CNAME. Bravo. So then we're going to add the text record. I'm pretty sure you guys know what to do here. Go to type, select text. It says name, and even though it says text, just remember this is the value. So we're going down over here where it says please create a text record. Copy the name, go ahead and paste that. Copy the value, paste that, and then we're going to add the DNS record. And it says the DNS record has been added. Once you're done with all of that, I can't show you guys again because I already did it, but don't get out of this page. Don't hit X. I mean, you can still go back. You can go back by going here, authenticate. So then go back down and then says check DNS records. Click on that and it should go green. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but in case I didn't, I'll send you guys this link on how to verify, authenticate, align your domain if you're like want to read all this stuff. It does say that you might run into some problems where it will not be approved. Here it says that it can take the server up to 24 hours. Most of the time, however, it's approved in a matter of minutes. I would say seconds for mine, but I guess they're just saying minutes to be safe. Okay, so now you're done. That's it. You guys can stop here and go about your day. But if you want the domain alignment, let's find out what the perks are. Like, is this worth the trouble? If you go on this, it says that this adds advanced option to control your sender reputation by aligning all links in your contacts to your domain. Keep in mind that this option is available only when domain is authenticated, meaning, again, you can't do this unless you do these steps, most likely just this one. I'm back to my original account, and obviously I have the domain alignment on green. Let me see what happens if I take this off. Like, I'll probably have to redo this again or whatnot. So let me just tell you guys what you're going to see for this one. You're going to get the same steps that you had for the authentication. Before you do the domain alignment, MailerLite wants you to have a unique email domain that is only going to be used for your newsletter service. I recommend you creating a new email domain. So you can put like MailerLite newsletter at yourdomain.com, or you can add like just something that stands out that you won't give to like a random person. This is just specifically for MailerLite. I added mine, and then it has my domain. I added my Gmail as my forward. So this means that we're going to have two emails. We're going to have the contact one. We're going to have the original one that they want for us to authenticate, and then we're going to have the second one that's going to be used specifically for the domain alignment. So go ahead and create that. You can put MailerLite newsletter, my name, newsletter, something MailerLite or whatever, something that will stand out. Once you do that, save the name. Don't add the @domain.com. Just save the letters and the unique name that you wrote. And what we're going to do is the domain alignment is going to ask for 3 items. Just like the authentication asks for the CNAME and it asks for the text record, the domain alignment is going to ask for 3. So it's going to ask for the A type, MX type, and another text. You guys have done the CNAME and text, so this is going to be fairly easy. Because I've already did this, I can't go step by step, but I can open this and show you guys what I did. So for the A, it says name optional. This is where you add the unique name at yourdomain.com. So don't add the .com. The points to is, of course, the value. So whatever value they gave you, go ahead and type it here. Ignore the TTL and then update it. The same is going to go for your MX, which I think it means mail exchange. Again, use the same unique name that you're going to have for MailerLite, and then it's going to be handled by, so think of that as the value again, or whatever information that they gave you. Ignore priority and TTL and just update your DNS records. And lastly, we're going to do the text one. Same thing for the name. Add the unique name that you have for your MailerLite, and then add the value and then update your records. So once you did all of these 3 steps, go back to your MailerLite. I'm not sure if there's going to be a pop-up or something. I just remember that I was able to authenticate it, and then I got the option to turn it on and off, and that's it. You are done. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Don't give up on your newsletters. You will find those precious gold gems that will contact you, that are interested in your stories or in your products, and definitely always think about them when it comes to doing like these arduous tasks that nobody wants to do. It's worth it in the end. Okay, with that said, thanks for watching. Safe travels.